Hello, my name's Joelle Taylor and I'm a poet. One of the roles of the poet is as witness. But how can you witness something you can't reach? Today's session will look at how you can marry the imagined and the real to make a political statement within a poem. Recently, I was asked by Radio 3 to write a new poem for the Verb, witnessing these unprecedented times of isolation and fear. But all writing happens within context, and so I wrote a very English apocalypse in response not only to the virus, but the preceding years of political turmoil, the rise of nationalism and Brexit. This is a very English apocalypse, and you can download the written version of the poem along with a worksheet that accompanies this video. 1. Corona Visa. Having repelled foreign bodies invaded our bodies, now foreign. Slipping between border rails, they drifted the high walls, seeped beneath the carpets of Parliament, teaching us anatomy of loss, the universal theory of alone, the mathematics of survival, how visa it all is. We should have taken our temperatures years ago. 2. A very English apocalypse. This fever empire, this other, this better, all rogue, all on join, all apart this width. We have invaded ourselves and queued to do it. What is the distance between two people walking away from one another? Hacking up headlines, a cough of white crows circle the city's bloodstream, and two people walk too close together, their kisses unexploded. The birds teach us new songs and we follow, reading tightly typed manuscripts in crow and we follow. Oh look, and now there are dolphins in Venice canals, goats in Llandudno gardens, and lions reading the news in Moscow. In Britain, the bulldog has returned, but each of our doors are closed. Hear him now, his midnight howl, the sound of wrong, an ambulance bawling. 3. The empire of us. And all of our beds, desert islands, the empires of us. I lie there, my body foreign, no longer speaking the same language. One of my hands does not understand the other, and my blood ticks. And then there is you, my darling. We are two dogs tethered, biting at our own umbilical, and there are 7 cracks in the living room ceiling, darling. The windows are laboratory slides, darling, darling. Teach me the shape of your happy. Teach me Galway 1974. Teach me this love wassailed between tower blocks. Teach me an earthquake of handclap. Teach me to dance on the edge of everything, my darling. It took this to show us the air. Your task, should you choose to accept it, is to write a new poem using as stimulus the line, the windows are laboratory slides, darling. What does it mean? Does it mean that some new life is kind of curated there and gestated? Is it just a conflation of images? Ask yourself as many questions as possible. Now find yourself a quiet space with a window. What can you see through it? Is there another building? Is there a tower block? Is there a street? Is there a lake or a field? If it's the latter two, then imagine what life could have been there or might be there. So now sit down with your notepad and try to imagine who lives in that space opposite. Ask yourself these questions. The more questions you can ask, the more bones to the body of your poem. Who lives there? Are they alone? How does the body fit the room they are in? What is their secret? What job do they usually do? How do they fit into the current political climate? Are they perhaps an NHS or a key worker, or are they perhaps in part responsible for the dismantling of that kind of service? Confine your poem to 9 lines if possible, so that the form mirrors the content in some way. And like I said before, if you download the exercise that goes along with this, you'll find 2 more ideas for development of your writing, plus the poem copy itself. Thanks very much and good luck. See you soon.